I used to hate my body. I would look in the mirror and feel like I wasn't enough, too different, too flawed. But something changed. I stopped chasing perfection and started choosing love. And today, I want to share how I went from self doubt to self worth. If you've ever felt insecure about your body, this video is for you. Before I proceed, I want you to take a look at this. I'll tell you the story. I felt like my tummy was not the flat, very flat tummy of a female. Even though while I was growing, people would say your tummy is not big. But to me, I felt like I took my tummy after my dad. Apparently, then it simply mean my tummy is big. I didn't take my mom's tummy. I know my kid brother and engineer. If he, despite, in fact, he can eat um, a large loaf of bread and his tummy will not just be flat, but you know those kind of tummy that we enter inside again. Mama, and I'll be like, oh my goodness gracious, I wish that was my tummy.
Hello, I appreciate your presence here. Please don't forget to click the subscription button before you leave. Thank you.
I used to hate my body. I would look in the mirror and feel like I wasn't enough, too different, too flawed. But something changed. I stopped chasing perfection and started choosing love. And today, I want to share how I went from self doubt to self worth. If you've ever felt insecure about your body, this video is for you. Before I proceed, I want you to take a look at this. I'll tell you the story in it. All right. My name is Abigail Olasehinde, the lead therapist and founder of Belwet Mind Clinic. I'm a clinical psychologist. Today, I'll be sharing with you how I went from self doubt to self worth with regards to my body. The part of my body I used to hate while I was young was my palm. You can see the palm. I so much look like my dad. If you see me, you've seen my dad. All right, what I'm actually trying to blend is cucumber, cucumber, apple, pear. I have my smoothie packed in here of banana and a few here and there. Also, I have in here my chia seed and my flax seed. I'll be adding a few spoons of milk powder and my protein. I want it to be high in protein, so I'll be adding a few teaspoons of protein. All right, so as I was saying earlier, I so much look like my dad. And while I was growing, while I was very young, I was still in primary school. Primary school? No, secondary school.
Hello, I appreciate your presence here. Please don't forget to click the subscription button before you leave. Thank you.
Junior secondary school. And then I began to notice those changes were now becoming noticeable by me. What were those changes? I began to take a look at my palm. And then I would look at my palm, look at the palm of my sisters, and I felt like, and look at the palm of ladies, no, not ladies, girls out there, and I felt like my palm were big, my palms were large. With my feet, I wear 41, 42. And then I would look at my feet. I saw girls who were wearing, as at that time, they were wearing 20. Maybe I was already wearing 32, thereabout. They were wearing 20 plus, thereabout. And then countless times, I would tell my dad, why do I look so much like you? To the extent I look like you with my palm. Why are my palms so large? I wish I actually took it after my mom. I wish my palm isn't as large as the palm of a male. Not just my palm, my feet. Okay, each of these protifa is 2.5 gram. Um, spoon, which goes into 2.2 gram of protein. And then I'll look at it. I'll wish there's something I could do about it. And my dad would say to me, also, my tummy. I felt like my tummy was not the flat, very flat tummy of a female. Even though while I was growing, people would say your tummy is not big. But to me, I felt like I took my tummy after my dad. Apparently, then it simply mean my tummy is big. I didn't take my mom's tummy. I know my kid brother and engineer. He if he despite in fact he can eat um a large loaf of bread and his tummy will not just be flat, but you know those kind of tummy that will enter inside again. My mind, I'll be like, oh my goodness gracious, I wish that was my tummy. So, and then I, couple of times when I told my dad back in junior secondary school, my dad would be like, eh, go and take knife and cut it and shape it the way you want now. Is that not what you want? There's knife in the kitchen now. Why are you just complaining? Go and take knife and cut it and shape it so it can be flat. Cut the side of your tummy also. Cut your legs. And then my dad will smile and say, Tosin, you're beautiful just the way you are. Very beautiful. Though those words were words of encouragement, but they were extrinsic. They were not intrinsic. I knew I was beautiful. I knew I'm beautiful, but definitely it's my story. It's it's my body. It's I'm the only one that knows how it made me feel. And then I got to uni with that same perception. And when I saw the palm of ladies so slender and long, I feel like, oh my goodness, my palm is just like it's just like a masculine palm. And then when I see ladies putting on size 38, 37, and I'm wearing 41, though a couple of those in the past will be like, your legs do not look big. But as far as I'm concerned, it is big to my eyes. It was affecting my. I'm sorry, there will be sound for a few minutes.
Hello, I appreciate your presence here. Please don't forget to click the subscription button before you leave. Thank you.
Sorry for the sound. The shift happened when I was on 400 level. 400 level. I joined the company as a network marketer, New Life International Company, popularly known as GNLD. I partnered with the company. And then I told myself, I had a dream. That's why I partnered. Like I had a vision, what I wanted to achieve and all. And those were one of the reasons why I partnered. And then I told myself, Abigail, you're going to be the best at this. But what made me think I would be the best at it. I said to myself one day, Abigail, get something you are so good at. Do something and be so good at it, such that when people see you, they are not seeing your large palm. They are not seeing your size 41, 42. What they are seeing a beautiful lady with brain, an intelligent lady, a lady that calls to attention when she speaks. And that was it. That was what I needed. And then when I joined New Life International Company, I was still an undergraduate student, medical physiology. And then, couple of times, you see me traveling from Ogumosho to Lagos, Ikorodu. In fact, traveling to Lagos looked like I was actually traveling um, from the front door of a house to the back door of a house. And being a medical student, paramedical student, the way I spoke, the way I talked about health definitely differed from high school students and non-related disciplined career discipline student. And then something began to happen. Whenever I traveled, whenever I arrived in Ikorodu, at the company, Mr. Shotobi Gabriel, I used to call him my uncle, Saji, popularly known as Saji. Yeah, really sweet. At the company, and then when it's time to talk about health, the first time it happened, said, Abigail, you're going to talk about health. I was like, okay, sir. Now, I had this pseudo anxiety. And then I told myself, Abigail, nobody is beating you. You go there and do your thing. And as I was walking to the stage, my palms were a bit sweaty. My heart beat was racing. I told myself, calm down. You got this. You are in charge. And I went up the stage. I talked about health. A lot of people clapped their hands. I stood before hundreds of people to talk about health. And then it became a pattern. For almost every time I was in Lagos, and we go to the company at Ikorodu, Abigail was almost always being invited to talk about health. Until that day, that was when I knew that I've smashed it. I've cracked the code. As usual, I was told, Abigail, you talk about health. And then the coordinator was about to introduce me. And then he said, next on the agenda is health talk. And we're inviting no other person than Miss Abigail Olasehinde. I walked up to the stage. I held the mic. And then I said, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the company. As I was about to say, my name is Abigail Olasehinde, I heard echo from some of my colleagues in the company. And then I heard, my name is Abigail Olasehinde. Just the same way I used to say it, just the same way I would have said it. I smiled. I said, my name is Abigail Olasehinde, a senior manager, and I'll be talking about health. And that was where I knew that no one cares about my palm. No one cares about the size 42, 41 I wear, shoe size I wear. What they care about is that's the intelligent lady. That's the lady who is in charge. That lady is brilliant. I love the way that lady speaks. I love the way she smiles. I love the way she works with grace and prestige. And then I began to shift my attention from my insecurities, my palm, my shoe size, my tummy, and I began to shift my strength, my gaze to my strength. And I began to apply more energy to it. To my smiles, I began to smile more. And for every time I smile, my eyes smile with me. To my voice, I began to speak more. I didn't limit myself to just smiling. I began to speak more because I knew the sound of my voice is soothing to the ears. And I told myself, Abigail, you are intelligent. Go out there and let the world know the stuff you made of. If you are like me, you are currently going through body insecurity and you're wondering, how can I overcome it? I want you to reach out, drop a comment with how. And if you're there and you have a part of your body you are not too comfortable with, you can just drop that part of the body: face, forehead, palm, feet, stomach, eye, nose, ears, lips, teeth, dentition, maybe your boobs, your bum bum. Just drop it in the comment section and then let's get to interact. Don't forget, I'm the lead therapist at Belwet Mind Clinic. And what we do at Belwet Mind Clinic, we help clients walk from where they are to where they want to be patiently, calmly, understanding their strengths and weaknesses, and knowing how we can get the best from their unique individual. Watch out. In the next video, I'll be talking about why the transitioning from medical physiology to becoming a clinical psychologist, PhD in view. I want to talk about, I'll be talking about it, and I know you wouldn't want to miss it. To stay updated and receive notifications, please click the subscription button. All right, come and join me. Let me tell myself bon appetit. Why don't you come and join me? It's so soothing and nice. If you want to know the recipe to this and the measurement, please also reach out so that I could drop it for you. Bye. See ya in the next health talk. Belwet Mind Clinic, your shelter of love, healing, and comfort.